You're very welcome back. Now, overwhelming evidence has shown that our seas and oceans around the world are slowly turning into floating landfills for plastic litter, with it being estimated that around 8 million tonnes of plastic are sent adrift into the ocean each year. Mal Toohey and JP Dalton from one of the country's favourite rock groups, the Riptide Movement, driven by a desire to raise awareness for the issue, created a 3-part web series and have joined us now alongside Sinead McCoy from Clean Coast Programme. Good morning, one and all. Before we chat to the guys, let's have a sneak peek at their series.
I've seen gannets before, with, you get like a 6-pack of cans, and then them rings that they kind of come in. I've seen seabirds with them kind of stuck in their neck, alright. I did a big kind of feathers growing around it, that's not a very nice sight, to be honest.
What kind of things would you pick up?
Oh my God, anything from bottles to plastic bags. On a bad day, a shopping trolley, or you be a trolley, you pick up anything pretty much, We need the ocean clean and for our future, and it has to be minded too. And look, before, straight up, one time I suppose maybe we were naive. If we got it in, we just dropped it over the side again. No, we just bring it in, which is it's the right thing to do, to be honest.
That's great.
Good morning, folks.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us in.
It's kind of sad, isn't it, to watch that, but obviously something that's very close to your heart and very important, Mal.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose for us it's been 2 years in the making, this whole project. It started with, I've seen a documentary called The Plastic Ocean on Netflix, for any of your viewers if they want to check it out. But I found it really disturbing how our use of plastic was damaging the environment, and so we wrote a couple of songs inspired by that called The Plastic Ocean and What Will the Kids Say. And yeah, we wanted to kind of use our voice as songwriters and artists to write kind of environmental commentary on the issue, and then we wanted to put that to a campaign that was raising more awareness around the issue, and that's when we got in touch with Clean Coast, with Sinead, and between Sinead and ourselves we kind of dreamt up this concept for the web series.
Because it's one thing creating commentary in your lyrics, which is really, worthy and noble of you, but it's another thing to actually make contact. Sinead, I'm sure you were delighted to hear from the lads.
It was amazing. Their band manager got in touch with us and said, listen, the lads want to work with yourselves to raise a bit of awareness around Ireland and Europe about the issue of plastic in their ocean, which was fantastic. And the lads were so willing to come along and do whatever we asked of them. We jumped.
And where did the seed of the idea then of a 3-part series come from? Whose idea was
we
that?
actually kind of sat around the table a few times and kind of said, what can we do? What can we commit to? And the lads give us 2 weeks of their time to go and film, and we're able to give a good bit of input into what they want to do, what they want to see along the coast, and then we were able to set it all up for them. So it just sort of fit. It was something that we all wanted to do together. So
it seems to be one of the many environmental messages that's at the forefront of the media nowadays. When you have the likes of David Attenborough heading off at the moment to film a new series that's specifically dealing with plastics in the ocean. It's right at the front of all of the environmental messages, isn't it? As an island nation, it's critical to us.
It is completely. Because Clean Coast has been running for 15 years, but we've started terming it in the office the blue panic effect. Because since last November, the awareness and the energy has just completely jumped up hugely, which is fantastic to see. It's people's awareness has increased, but also people's thirst for knowledge and wanting to make change, and lobbying supermarkets to remove plastic, but also people just conscious of using reusable bottles, reusable coffee cups. People just are starting to make that change. And
in terms of the Clean Coast programme, I mean, obviously you're, with the help of the likes of the lads from the Riptide Movement, continuing to get the message out there, but specifically from your programme, you're trying to get hands-on with it and getting people out there and clean the place up.
Yeah, that's the core of the Clean Coast programme. We have over 650 groups that go out, volunteer all around the coast of Ireland. We facilitate that with giving them beach clean kit. We also have development officers who work on the ground with them, giving them advice or linking them up with other groups. So that's the core of our work. And then on top of that, we run campaigns and we run events to kind of keep people motivated to do a bit of education around it as well.
But the lads have that voice,
Yes,
and they bring a new audience, I suppose, and educate a new audience from your point of view. JP, what kind of a reaction have you had? Because 2 of the episodes have aired, haven't they?
Yeah, brilliant. Everyone loves it. Like, it's really, what I found is it's kind of our generation we're nearly speaking to rather than maybe the younger ones, because there's all these kind of educational programs in schools and they're really wise to it, they're really aware of it. But it's kind of like our generation that is not really... Because the plastic, I don't think, existed before the 70s. You know, our parents or whatever maybe used different modes to kind of transport things, didn't use as much plastic. So it's kind of our generation. So I kind of feel as well that it's our responsibility to kind of do something about it. And the reaction's been brilliant, especially the last, so Sinead says since November. There's been a lot of uptake, as in there's shops now coming on board, there's more research being done, which is just a total lack of research around what plastic's actually doing to our bodies. Because it's in the seabirds, it's in the fish. It's coming into our food chain now, and then we don't actually know what it's doing. So there's a lot more there needs to be a lot more research, but there's a lot more awareness around it now. And I think the reaction is positive, and people, especially our generation, are really waking up to the fact that this is an issue that needs to be dealt with, but not just by the government. Because one thing we found as by doing the beach cleans and all is that you can't blame the government for people dropping litter on the beach.
No, that's personal responsibility.
When there's bins just right there.
The government have put the bins on the beach and they're not being used.
And on the other side, there is things the governments can do, but also I think it's one issue that people just on the ground can actually affect in a big way. So that's what.
Can we talk to you about your music while you're here?
While we have you,
While we have you, you know. How's things going in terms of recording, writing, touring? You're busy.
Yeah, we're really busy. As we're saying, we were flat out with this over the summer, so it was a great thing to be involved in.
Yeah.
But we just got out of the studio there on Friday, so we were recording there the last 10 days, so we're working on new material for
and
the
you don't
new year.
need my vocals anymore, because I have worked with the band before.
They said they're grand, they'll give you a shout.
Yeah, I haven't heard them since.
They'll call you.
Don't wait for that. Because that was a great little campaign that you had going, and you got various voices around the country to record one line from one of your biggest hits and then put it all together.
That's right, for you and I, yeah.
Brilliant track.
With people driving around singing the song, yeah.
I looked like a complete idiot. I had a camera crew in the car,
Nothing new
driving
there.
around playing their song full. Well, that's true. I didn't need much encouragement. So in terms of tour, though, you've dates coming up, haven't you?
Yeah, we've dates coming up. We're back touring from the 23rd of November, and we're all around the country from, I think we start in the Roisin Dove on the 23rd.
Yeah.
And then we've got Vicar Street on the 1st.
Very
And
good.
Limerick, Dolan. So the set theatre, I think it's 8 dates in total.
The last time I met you and interviewed you was in Galway, wasn't it? In the
That was
Galway Radisson, I think, was it?
Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We
So
just
where's your
released Getting
favourite
Through.
place to stay or to play?
To play.
I have to be careful how you answer that now, lads. You have a tour coming up. All of them.
They're all disappearing
They're all
now.
wonderful.
We always love Vicar Street.
I
at
was gonna
Olympia,
say, it's
'cause
just such a
Dublin
great
gig, a hometown
venue.
gig is always great.
Yeah.
And then there's something special about Dolan's.
Yeah.
It's a great
Limerick.
venue.
And the set theatre as well is a great spot.
yeah.
So,
Ah, you can't mention them all now.
Listen, we'll pop details of the tour up on our Facebook page and details about the last episode of the series, which goes out this week. Is that right, Sinead?
Yeah, it goes out on Thursday.
Brilliant.
On Thursday on the website and on your Facebook page, Riptide Movement.
Facebook page / Riptide Movement.
Perfect.
Great
Thanks for
stuff.
coming in,
Thank
guys.
you,
Good to
guys.
see you
Thanks for
again.
having us.
Up next in fashion, we'll show you how to refresh your wardrobe mid-season. You're down for this, aren't you?
I'm gripped.
We'll see you in a few.